Hi guys, it's me Danielle Danny Buttons. Welcome to August. I decided to start this month off with, you guessed it, something new and different, but actually not something different at all. So 2 years ago, September-ish 2018, I made a video called the Coloring Challenge Chalice. And basically it was this little cup and I filled it with different challenges that I could possibly do videos about. And I would pick from that and then do coloring chats. So I decided I wanted to bring that back. I thought it would be fun because sometimes it's hard to pick what to color. So this is a way to help with that. Yeah, I'm gonna link my old video up above. I'm probably gonna end up saying like the same things. One, because I just watched it, and two, I just tend to say the same things. It's pretty funny. I don't know why that happens. This is just here for a background. So basically, I'm gonna read my list and write them on these little sheets of paper, fold them up and put them in there. So this video, there won't be any coloring, but in future videos, there definitely will be. So I came up with a list of 20 types of challenges. If you have any more that you'd like to see me try, or just good ideas in general, let me know in the comments and I can add them to here. And of course, if you want to do any of these yourself, feel free, but maybe show me what you do, just because I like to see people's pictures. So, all right, number 1 on my little list is called Season Swap. So, Season Swap is basically when you take a picture of a mermaid and color her in fall pictures, for fall colors, or you take Santa's elves and color in pastel. So it is just a good way to use those seasonal books off season. So you don't necessarily have to wait until Halloween to do Halloween pictures. You can do pastel pumpkins, and you can do, or opposite, if you have an Easter page or Easter book you didn't get to, you can draw him with like blood coming out of his mouth, and now he's like Bunnicula from those books back in the day. So that is Season Swap. Number 2 is going to be a random number generator. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory. You just pick a book that you want to do, and then you put in a random number generator how many pages there are, and then you do whatever page comes up. Number 3, that is kind of like that, but extra, is called Let Fate Decide. Oh, I ran out of space, which is why I tried to do it on 2 lines. Let Fate Decide. So the idea behind this one is you would random number generate or use dice or use a flip a coin for basically every decision having to do with the picture. So you would random number generate what book, what supply you use, what colors, what page, everything that is a decision you would let fate decide and generate in some way. And yes, I still am covered in ink. I think that's just who I am now. There will always be ink on my fingers. I apologize. Okay, next up is black and white and 1. So for this one, you would use only black and white or black and white and shades of gray and 1 color. So I think I did this challenge back in the day, and I did like a fairy, and I did all her hair in gray and her face in gray, and then I did blue in some spots. So that is the black and white one. That's probably more self-explanatory than I needed to say anything. Similarly, to go along with that is monochrome. So this one has to be all shades of 1 color. So it could be black and white still and just all shades of that, or it can be purple, all shades of purple, all shades of orange, all shades of red. You get it. Next is husband's choice. So I enjoyed watching the video back because in that last video it said fiance's choice, but he's been upgraded. But basically for this one, it's just somebody else picks what page you do. So of course, it does not have to be your husband. It can be your best friend. It can be me. You can message me on Instagram if you need somebody to pick your page. It can be just anyone that is around you or is willing to pick your page. That's what that one is. Next is color your nemesis. Okay, your nemesis. Uh-oh. That's not spelled right at all. I put nemesis. Sam's laughing at me. Don't laugh at me. I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen. Color your nemesis. Okie dokie. And which mine is birds. So, color your nemesis. This is something you don't like coloring, but I'm sure that is in your books. So I am terrified of birds. In real life, I don't like to look at them. As I said in that last video from 2 years ago, that sure, there are some cute like cartoon flamingos and cartoon penguins, but I don't want to color birds. So for you, maybe you absolutely hate coloring people, so you'll color a person. Maybe you hate coloring like interiors, color something like that, buildings, whatever it may be, color your nemesis. The next two are just types of medium. So it is crayons and watercolors. So I enjoy using both of these, but don't always or don't often. So this is just an excuse to use these. So prompts like this, you can do any page, obviously. There's some prompts that are more specific what page you have to do. But things like this, you get to pick what you do. So that's nice. So next up we have, I'm looking at my list off to the side in case you are wondering, and I think I already said that, but that's fine. We have what you wearing. So this one, your color palette for your page is whatever you're wearing that day. So luckily for me, I didn't pick that right now because I am wearing like black and white shorts and a gray shirt. So this would be a very boring page. I guess I could get away with some yellow. Heck, maybe even some light pink. So, but whatever you are wearing, watcha. Okay. Whatever you're wearing that day is your color palette for your page. Next one is one of my favorite ideas, and it is called Disney Bound. So, Disney bounding is when you go to the parks, or not even go to the parks, but you dress up like the characters, but not in costume. So my example last time and my example now is if you wanted to be Ariel, maybe you'd wear a purple shirt and green pants. Obviously, I don't have fins, so I'm not actually Ariel, but you can still get the idea of who I am. So for Disney bounding, you'd want to color a person or somebody that's not from a Disney coloring book in Disney colors. So it can be whatever you want. It can be like fish that are flounder colors. It could be, I keep thinking of my old examples. I said it could be a bird that you color Iago. Obviously, it could be more mermaids that you color Ariel style. I think she's a pretty popular one. Next is a nice and simple rainbow challenge. This is basically the opposite of the monochrome challenge where you want to use every color. So you can either just try to use all the colors in the rainbow, or you can do things in a rainbow order, whatever it may be. This would be a good opportunity to do wallpaper pages or repeating patterns of any sort. But obviously all of these challenges are intended to be up for interpretation. Next one is color outlines. I have done this before on my channel, but basically this is when you just, instead of coloring in the image, you just trace it. This is really what Erie's new books are, but I had made up this challenge before those books came out, so wasn't copying her, but maybe she copied me. No, she didn't. she definitely didn't. But that's the idea of it, is instead of like coloring in the image, you just trace everything. I like doing this on especially busy pages. So all like the super doodly ones where it's really overwhelming to pick colors for, sometimes just doing the outline gets the point across without being too overwhelming. And it's also really fun to do that with glitter gel pens. Let's see, next, this one is a very silly one. Trying to not spell more words wrong on screen. Non-dominant hand. So this one, you're definitely just gonna pick something silly and you're just gonna color with your offhand to see if you can do it. This is another one that's especially good for doing on video. So of course, if you don't make videos, you can still try it, but I think this would be very funny to see people try to do together in a video. So that's that one. Then, ooh, this is a fun one. Let's see. I'm calling this one inverted colors. So I actually tried this once and I did pretty good. I tried it on a split coloring. I'm really interested in trying again. But basically, if you've ever seen like the filter that inverts the colors, you kind of want the invert to be the real result. So for example, if you want the sky to be blue, you're not going to color it blue. You're going to invert it. Does that make any sense? Am I making sense, Sam? He says I am. So you want to color the invert. So when I did this, I like used a color wheel and you like pick the opposite. But what you also have to be careful of is light and dark. So I just think this would be fun to see how close you can get to what you're actually thinking of. Next up, we have your most recent purchase. I don't know about everyone else, but sometimes I buy tons of new books and then I don't actually color in them. So most recent purchase is very self-explanatory. It could be purchase or most recently acquired in case maybe you got a gift either for your birthday or for a buddy. But from a buddy, happy mail, things like that. So your most recent book to you. Then another important one is finish a WIP. So a WIP is a work in progress, and I think almost all of us have WIPs. I know some people are very dedicated and they will finish anything they start, but I know other people like me who just flit around from page to page and have a bunch of WIPs. So finish a WIP. Hopefully this would be good for a video too, because a lot of it may be done. Maybe you just colored in one little bit and left it there. So there's that one. Next, kind of goes along with the other one, but it is never before used book. I have books that I've had for 2 years now that has not one single page done in it. Either it was really intimidating, or maybe it was a gift and I was like, or maybe I bought it for myself because I was like, oh, hey, it's a coloring book. I need to buy it. Doesn't really matter what's in it. And now I never did anything in it. So I have quite a few of these to do. So there's that challenge. And I think we have 2 left. Yes. Okay. So close your eyes and pick. So for this one, you would just go up to your bookshelf or wherever you keep your books, and you would just kind of run your hand along the books, and then you would just pick one without looking. Whatever it is, you have to color a page out of. Of course, you can get more specific and just like put a specific pile out for you to pick from, or you can just go into the whole thing and see what happens. And this last one I just thought of right now, and I kind of love it. We'll see if I love it when I actually have to do it. And I'm calling it Copycat Cover. So for this one, you basically would have to do whatever the cover is of the book. Find that page in the book. Almost all books have it, that the cover image is in there, at least in my experience. And you'd have to copy it. So for me, I'm probably going to really attempt to use the same colors that is on the cover, but obviously if you just want to do your own color wave, you would just have to do the cover page in the book And there's that. So those are the 20 challenges I came up with. I'm gonna keep them in this little cup, mix them all up in my next video that I wanna do a color and chat, and then pick from there. This is actually a little magnetic tin that I got at IKEA. I'm sorry, I have no idea what these are called, and I just stick this right on my cart so it will be nice and easy to get to, and then we'll go from there. What I will probably do is, as I pick my challenges, I will probably keep them to the side until we get through a good chunk of them, so I'm not just like getting lucky or unlucky and picking non-dominant hand 6 videos in a row, because I don't think that would be fun to watch that often, but we will see. So let me know if you saw the first video before I just posted it. Maybe you've been here that long. That'd be super awesome. Or let me know if you have any other challenges you want to see me put in the cup, or if you plan on doing any of these challenges yourself. Not all of these were original ideas, but a few of them were. So I'm looking at you, Erie, stealing my ideas. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm hoping to do maybe at least one a week of these. I have a whole bunch of plans for August and beyond, so I'm really excited and hope you stick around and subscribe down below and see what I come up with. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!